All right, so we are in our octominer here, right there, number 11. We did use 11 right here, so it just started. So let's see, we have, okay, CPM 110 right there, and 3060 Ti right next to it, so it's a 5 and 6 GPU. All right, so let's see. Yeah, they showing actually memory, temperature, all these goodies. So I wonder if their CPM 100 to 10 are different settings we should use here. But first, let's see if it start hashing. Okay, we did start hashing, but my 3060 Ti showing all over random hash rate. That's very, very interesting. You could see, guys, there. Let me adjust this a little bit, the screen, and zoom in. So let's refresh. Okay, so it looks like 217 on both of this card, but then look at that, 265, 274 in the first. So that's what Aleo does to my rigs. You know, that's not the first time. Actually, I was gonna show you another rig that I have similar issues. So look at my 3080. 3080 cards showing. So octominer somehow, or HiveOS, I don't know is it octominer issue or HiveOS issue, but take a look. When I have combination of different cards, obviously I have here 3080s and 3060 Ti. So 5 3080s and 1 3060 Ti, but look at the 3060 Ti hash rate, 348. It's not possible, but the 3080 showing right below 214 kilohash or kilo per second. What do they call that? Proofs, right? Kilo proofs, that whole hash here on the HiveOS. So it's absolutely nonsense. Looks like that's how either octominer doing for this Aleo algorithm. I only have seen it on Aleo, I didn't see on any other stuff, but like if I have all of these 3080s here, they're pretty much going throughout the cards, unless these like 2 cards I reduce some probably slightly, maybe hash rate by reducing the clock. No, and then they just don't perform a couple of the cards, you know, doing 3020 and 3025, but they're all identical cards here in this miner. So and like this, all 3080s, they're all 3067 kilohash here, right? 3066, 3067. So the difference really just 1 kilohash per card, which is not that bad. But in this rigs, I have 3060 Ti doing 3080 reading, and 3080 doing obviously 214, which is, I believe it's 3060 Ti reading. Let's look at 3060 Ti on the other rig. Like let's say all these 3060 Ti. Yeah, they're doing 218, so that 214 probably just picking up from 3060 Ti. So my 11, that miner 11 that we just put those 2 cards, so we have 3060 Ti, it shows the same hash rate that, so 3070 and CPM shows exactly the same hash rates as 3060 Ti's. But look at this above, the GPU 1, 274, and GPU 2, 261. So to me that's how they pull. Most likely this 274 is where I'm getting the information hash from the CPM 100 to 10 and 264 from 3070 Ti. I think. Not 100% sure. Let's check it out and see if there's information there for Aleo for, what do we have, 3060 Ti there. Supposed to be doing 280. Of course, I'm not doing 280 there. But let's look at the 3070 Ti. Let's see what's 3070 Ti is supposed to do. Yeah, supposed to be doing 350. So that's pretty close to that 360, right? Is there information on 100 to 10? Oh yeah, there is. But obviously not on Aleo. It shows Xelis and nothing for Aleo. So Xelis is supposed to do. It's still not efficient. I mean, it's still negative right there. As of today, recording video of November 3rd, looks like none of this, nothing is profitable here on CPM 100 and 210, right? So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you do with that stuff? So my guesses would be just to compare that to, let's say it's doing 29 kilohash on Xelis. Let's compare to 29, right, to 3070 Ti. What is that supposed to do on Xelis? Probably 3060 Ti, Xelis 28. So yeah, that's about right. So 28 there and 29. So on the Leo, if it's going 35, that's probably 36. So my guess is this is it. This two cards, 1 and 2, reporting this CPM 100 to 10, and looks at the temperature. The temperature looks pretty cool. Both of them, CPM and this card, they're all running 62, below 62 on the memory, right? Or memory 58, 62 on the core. So it looks slightly actually higher on the core for CPM card. That's weird. It probably needs to be repasted if it's gonna go a lot higher, probably if it's go over 70. But at this point, it looks like it's kinda, it doesn't have its own fans, so it needs to use this octominer fan settings, I guess. That's why they're running, and the rest of the cards running a little bit cooler because of that. So, but I'll probably have to let it run for a little bit and see how it performs in this 11. Yeah, so we basically added quite a bit there. We almost 100 kilohash higher than my rest of the 3060 Ti's by just changing two cards. So with the power consumption, it's probably slightly more. What are we using? 122 and 120 watts on 3070 Ti. Wonder if we add a little bit, let's do like 140 there or 135 power limit, because I'd like to set actually power limit on my cars. I don't want them to go over and create a lot of heat. So let's do that, and 135 on 3070 Ti. Let's see if they will add any hash rate, or that's just gonna be a waste. Actually, the CPM 100 to 10 went to 116 watts, so it's a little under 120, which is pretty cool. So let's see if there are any change in the hash rate. It's probably gonna take a while. Oh, look at that, it's going to 138. So yeah, so that card, this power, can use a lot more power, and already 64 degrees, so it's gonna warm up pretty quickly. Need to wait and see. Let's just wait a few minutes, see if the hash rate gonna change, if that's benefit anyhow to the hash rate. But 3070 Ti is still 120, which is cool. So it's not exceeding that power limit. Even when the increasing, it doesn't go a lot more over 120, which is good. But this card kind of running hot now and using a lot more power. But obviously right there it's 274, 264 didn't change. But we do use a lot more power now, 15 more watts added and a little bit more heat. So really, I don't know, may just need to change. And look at the fan speed now increased because of that temperature rising on that specific GPU. So it looks like CPM 100 to 10 best to run just in a separate rig. I almost think like, hey, with maybe 3080 rig I should put it, just because they're a lot, the fans running anyway over here because they're heating more, so they're probably fans running. Oh, it doesn't show my fans. What's going on there? That's weird. Stopped showing my fans. Probably need to reboot this rig and see if they're gonna come back to life. The fans of the octominer not showing up. That's weird. My number 2 octominer, yeah, showing the fans. And this is my self-made box, so there is no, it's not octominer, so obviously there is no fans. It's the 590 motherboard there with probably i7, yeah, i7 processor that I can use for maybe salad and put octominer there. So that was my thinking, kind of maybe switch that up. But let's see after this restarts. Let's see what's 11 doing. How are we doing? Oh, look at that. So obviously everything, the hash rate just changed on all of the cards from 218 to 246 or 30. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if these two cars performing with this much of the power any better, you know, to be honest. It just jumps overall. So I may just reduce this 200 back to 120 just to keep it cooler, because it was actually hashing about the same at the 120. So I don't think we need that much of a power. And same for 370 Ti. They're probably not most efficient card, but yeah, I'm just gonna reduce this and we'll see how our hash rate gonna react. So right now it looks like we are about 70 kilo hash per card more. It's just so weird to see that these two cards are not showing the correct hash rate. So yeah, I believe they're just switching. In order to really see it, I gotta remove the rest of the cards and just keep it 2 cards to see which one is doing what. And then again, since if it's 2 different cards, they may pick up the hash rate from each other and it will be still a mix. So my guess is the best way to do it is just use all 8 cards, the same kind on the Leo. And by the way, a Leo is actually doing pretty bad. It went to 120, 119, 118, the lowest, all times low, 118. Yes, that's November 3, which is this night. And it climbed a little bit, 126, but at that rate, it's absolutely not profitable any longer. So see, doing on the Leo is a -1 cent on 3070 Ti, and I believe even 3070, the most efficient card on the Leo of my rigs, of course, it's look, it's 0 profit over 24 hours. So I think it's gonna be time to shut in some of these rigs down, probably 3060, starting with 3060 Ti's, and then some of the 3070s. I may keep few rigs running it just doesn't make a lot of sense to keep them running and just look at these negative profits, right? So Eternity is being on top of the list yesterday, but it just also started dropping down here. Overall 24 hours it's still more profitable, but I don't know for how long it will last. But let's see the hash rate, network hash rate of the let's just refresh and see what we have here. 263 giga proofs per second. So it was just 3 something yesterday, 331 I believe. And look at that, it's already dropping by a lot. What does that mean? That means we may gonna get a little bit extra allow per proof. So that's could be a good thing. So let's see, we're getting 50 average 50.65 mega proofs. Was the rewards already recorded? Yeah, so we did get 40 allows. So we do get a little bit extra allows, but still, hey, 40 allows at $40. I mean, almost 41 allows at 120. That's just basically breaking even, barely breaking even. 41 times 1.2, that's like 49, less than $50, right? And then we're burning almost 18 kilowatts to do that. 18 times 12, actually 24, so that's 432 kilowatt a day. That's just crazy at 12 cents. $51. So yeah, it's barely not covering the cost by a couple of dollars, $2 negative for the entire farm. That's just way off now. So yeah, it's time to say goodbye to Aleo. But regardless, this video is just mainly was meant for CPM 100-210 testing. Putting that on the rig. So obviously running together with different cards, it probably not gonna benefit much, because you're not gonna know which of these two are which one of them 210, 100-210, this one or that one. And again, that's just a guessing, I guess. But look, the temperature dropped a little bit with the power limit change. So yeah, I may have to play around, but it does look like if we are doing 330 at right now. So let's check on the other cards right now. At this moment we have 300 here, so that's about 30 kilo hash extra. It's almost close to 3070 Ti, maybe slightly higher than 3070 Ti. So 330, 300, 300, 306, probably a little higher overclocking. So overall, all my cards around 300 for 3070s. So it does perform slightly better, although it uses a little bit extra power. So 30 extra kilo hash with about 20, well, not 20, let's take a look. I think my 3070 is using like yeah, this using 100 watts. So with that overclocking, let's take a look at this one using close to 100 watts. So with the settings I have 1498, so it's close to 100 watts, so it does use about 20 watts more, but it could use 30 watts more if you not power limiting this card. So my guess is just the fine-tuning settings for this card. That's one of the thing, and watching the temperature. But I like that it's worked in octominer because it doesn't have fans, extra fan power usage. So you can play with these numbers and maybe adjust it to a little better power consumption, I don't know, or efficiency, like getting, we'll be watching like how is it doing for 330. I almost think like I need to put it on a separate octominer. I have one more octominer box. I just don't want to run an extra machine because I'm having like 15. I'm trying to get density here. There's already 15 workers here that I'm paying $1.50 a day, which that's another loss, you know. On top of $2 that I'm losing another $1.50 to HiveOS. So that is my right there, the rate that I pay a day for using that for 15 rigs. So obviously that's it's pretty bad overall, but not related to just that CPM card. That card I just wanted to get for testing. Obviously needs to be run by itself in order to get any idea what's the performance of this card. But overall it works from first start. Maybe gonna need repasting. We'll see what the temperatures, and have to try it out on other algorithms like Xelis or I don't know what else can be run on. Let's take a look. 210, 100 to 10, right? Can we do beside Xelis? Ironfish there, right next to it, Chlor there. Obviously none of them Carlson, none of them profitable. Neoxa, of course, Dynex following, yeah. So a bunch of coins there. Oh, Leo right there. So wait, so Leo here, it's actually showing 25 less than 3060 Ti. So I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me. 140 watts, something wrong maybe with the my readings there, or yeah, or I need to put it separately because this is way off on a Leo. Obviously it's settings 3 core, they're different. I'm running like 30 I'm completely setting different with the wrong settings, but I don't know if it's doing better, like 330 mega proofs better than 3070, why not, right? But hard to tell. Really need to get separate rig for that, right, to be able to test it out. So anyways, that's it for this video. Just want to show you that the card is working and mining, although I don't know, not 100% now sure if those two are the reading, but I mean that's the only way I can tell because it's different from all other cards, and there is no way that 3060 Ti can do 329 or 330 or 320. So that definitely this is not 3060 Ti cards reading. All right, okay guys, well, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Click the like button, subscribe to my channel. Peace.